In this video, we'll have 20 true or false questions related to the Cataclysm expansion. The first 5 questions will be easy, the next 10 will be of medium difficulty, and the final 5 will be hard, with a chance at an extra bonus point if you get all 5 of those correct.
Okay.
Remember, things added to the game with the Cataclysm pre-patch count as being added during Cataclysm. Now let's get started.
Okay.
Guild levels and achievements were added to the game in Cataclysm.
True!
Fact. They have since then been kind of abandoned, but this was the expansion to introduce a lot of guild perks that we still kind of have today.
That should be better.
Despite all of the promotional material featuring Deathwing, Ragnaros was actually the final boss of the expansion.
Nope. That's a nope. That's a big nope.
Crap. He was not. He was the final boss of the Firelands,
He should have been the
which
final
was the
boss
second to
because he
last
was much
raid in
more
the expansion.
thematic than Deathwing.
Cataclysm added 2 new races, and those were the Goblins and Lightforged Draenei.
Okay, dude. That's gonna be a crap.
Crap. They actually added Worgen and not Lightforged Draenei.
What a
Those
mistake.
were added with BFA.
I hate
or
furries.
technically added early in Legion.
Okay.
Cataclysm is the only expansion where you have to fight the final boss twice in the same raid.
I don't know if that's... It seems like probably bullshit.
Fact. You fight Deathwing once on his back, and then again...
Let me see. But, like, is that the only time that you do it, though? Because I'm thinking about it. So, Molten Core, you really only fight Ragnaros once. Let's see. Lich King? Well, no, the Lich King is... Lich King's different. Garrosh? No, you only fight Garrosh once as well. Anubarak? No, he said the same raid. KJ? No. Malagos? It's only one boss. Blackwing Descent, technically. No, because he's talking about 2 different encounters. Archimon? No, the final boss in the expansion. Yeah, I guess that is right. I don't know, I thought that like maybe there'd be another instance of that being true, but yeah, it looks like that is the only time that's ever happened. I don't know, I just kind of guessed that there would be another event like that would happen, but whenever I think through all the raids, yeah, you're right.
In the sea. This was one of the only times in game where the second to last encounter was more difficult than the final one.
That's true.
The Abyssal Maw was the first ever underwater raid added to WoW.
The Abyssal Maw should have been the first ever underwater raid added to WoW. But it's bullshit.
Crap. There was a raid planned to release called the Abyssal Maw, which was supposed to be underwater, but it was never added.
Holy shit, that's
Despite
badass.
the fact that there is a raid entrance to this scrapped raid in the game. And now it's time for the medium level questions.
Okay.
First up, with the Cataclysm world reworked, this expansion was the first time ever that Blizzard removed vanilla zone quests from the game.
First time ever? I don't think that's ever. I mean, like...
Crap. With the move of Naxx to Northrend, they also removed all of the quest lines associated with vanilla Naxx, including how to obtain a Desh and the corrupted Ashbringer.
They call it a Desh?
Cataclysm was the first and last expansion to allow you to fly in the new zones from day 1.
No, Mists of Pandaria let you do that too. Not true.
Fact. Part of the reason they revamped the old world was to allow players to fly in it. And with this, they also let players fly in all of the new stuff as well, which Blizzard thought wasn't a very good idea, and has since then grounded players whenever a new expansion launches.
Let me read the question again. Cataclysm was the first and last raid expansion to allow you to fly in new zones, max level zones from day 1. How is that not accurate to Mists of Pandaria? You couldn't fly in Mists until level 90? Yeah, it's day 1. I got 90 on day 1. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, that's bullshit. Pendantics? Well, it is semantics, and it is pedantic, because it's fucking wrong. I was right, and this is wrong. Order of the Cloud Serpent was required? No, it wasn't. That was only required if you wanted to ride Cloud Serpents. You could ride the other mounts, and you could technically get that on day one as well, because you could abuse cross-realm zoning and go ahead and pick up the eggs from the peaks there and get that on like day one if you really wanted to. Most people, it took them more than that, but you could. You could not fly in Mop? Yes, you could. You could buy the, what was it called? Panda Flying, or whatever the hell it was. I remember this very well.
Stuff as well, which Blizzard thought wasn't a very good idea, and has since then grounded players whenever a new expansion launches.
Okay.
Cataclysm introduced the modern talent rows, where you get to pick a new talent once every 15 levels.
I don't remember. I think that's true. I don't fucking remember, honestly. Like, was that in Mists of Pandaria? I think it was.
Cataclysm did change the talent trees around, but you still had talent trees.
I remember, like, because I think in Cataclysm, there was, like, a lot of them. And, like, a lot of talents. And it just became, like, really overwhelming, and that's why Blizzard changed it.
Pick a new talent every 2 levels instead of every 1.
Okay.
And definitely not every 15 levels. Cataclysm was the first expansion to introduce a legendary weapon specific to one class, and only that one class.
True.
Fact: the Fangs of the Father were a legendary weapon just for rogues, where all other legendary weapons before then could be used by multiple classes.
The Hunter Bow? Yeah, you gave that to rogues.
If they were obviously only intended for one class, like the legendary bow. Class-specific legendaries were not added again until Legion.
ITS was 4 classes.
Cataclysm was the only expansion to add a new secondary profession.
That's true. That is true. It added archaeology. Really didn't have to do that though. We could have skipped
Fact: Cataclysm added archaeology, and since then we've only lost one of the secondary professions.
Yep, we lost first aid.
As first aid was removed from the game in BFA.
Of course.
Cataclysm was the first expansion to add a server-wide battleground that allowed the faction winner of that battleground
obviously,
to have
that should be an easy
access
question because everybody knew about Winter Grasp. No, obviously untrue. Obviously bullshit.
Crap. Wrath was the first expansion to try this with Wintergrass, but Cataclysm was the last expansion to do this with Tol Barad, as after Cataclysm, Blizzard no longer tied raids to winning a battleground.
Yeah, it didn't really work out too well.
Before Cataclysm, Blood Elves were the only race in game who could not be warriors.
That's actually true. Like, I know, that's true. Every other race could be a warrior.
Fact: Cataclysm gave new races new classes, and with them allowing Blood Elves to be warriors, that made warriors the second ever class to be available to every race. The Dark Moon Island was added in Cataclysm.
True. That was added in patch, I think, 4.3? Yeah, I remember Dark Moon Island, Cataclysm, 100%.
Fact: before Cataclysm, the Dark Moon Fair actually took place out in the open world, before they added the island, and replaced the old open world's location of the Dark Moon Fair with just a portal that took you to the island instead.
Easy.
Cataclysm was the first ever expansion to increase the maximum level by 5 instead of 10.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Come on. What is this?
Fact: Cataclysm and Pandaria so far are the only 2 expansions to increase the level cap by 5
Big
instead
mistake.
of 10. With the revamp of the old world, Cataclysm was the first expansion in which players could fly everywhere in the open world.
It's not everywhere, no. They couldn't fly in, like, the Blood Elf starting zone. Like Silvermoon.
Crap. There were still no fly zones, including the Blood Elf and Draenei starting zones, which are still no fly zones even to this day.
That's a debate.
Despite being open world.
Yep.
And now we'll go over the 5 hard mode questions.
Alright, here we go.
Get all 5 correct for some extra credit.
Here we go.
All 5 of the following zones were new zones added to the old world specifically for Cataclysm, or were zones which existed in the game since vanilla, but were not supposed to be traveled to. These 5 zones were Mount Hyjal,
not Caverns of Time.
Gilneas, Uldum, Caverns of Time, and the Twilight Highlands.
All the other ones true, but not Caverns of Time. That's a not true.
Crap. Caverns of Time have been around since vanilla, and were inaccessible, sure, but
No,
you
they
could
weren't.
go in there starting with the Burning Crusade.
You just have
The
to
two
jump.
new Cataclysm races of Goblins and Worgen were first leaked to players as new Hollow End Mass.
I don't remember this. Like, I think this is true, but I don't remember this at all. Like, I'm just going to guess true.
Fact. During some data mining in Wrath, people found two new, very high-quality Hollow's End Mass for Goblin and Worgens, which did not represent the models they currently had in-game, and were much higher quality than other NPC mass,
Easy.
leading people to correctly speculate
Easy.
that they were going to be the two new races. And then Cataclysm was announced a few months later, confirming them to be true. Cataclysm added a couple of very prominent features that still exist in the game today. Now, here is the fact or crap question.
All right.
These three features were all introduced to the game with Cataclysm, and those are Transmogrification, Dungeon Finder, and the Raid
Obviously,
Finder.
Dungeon Finder wasn't added then. Obviously. Everybody knows that. Nope.
Crap. Dungeon Finder was introduced with Wrath of the Lich King, and both Raid Finder and
Unfortunately.
Transmogrification were added towards the end of Cataclysm.
Easy,
Cataclysm
easy, easy.
was the expansion with the longest PvP season in the game's history.
True. True. That's a big true. That's a big true. I didn't know this, but apparently season 13, I believe, was the longest.
Fact. Season 11 lasted 38 weeks,
Yeah,
which
see,
was
remember
the
I got
PvP
this wrong
season
last
during
time.
the game's
That's
content
called
drought
learning.
at the end of the expansion, which was 1 week longer than the second longest PvP season,
Yep.
Season 8 from Wrath of the Lich King,
Yep.
which took place during that expansion's content drought. Cataclysm removed a lot of RPG features from the game. The following three features were all removed from the game with the Cataclysm,
Okay.
and those are removed ammo requirements for ranged attacks, Warlock soul shards as an item in their bags, and the need to pick locks in order to level up a rogue's lockpicking skill.
I think that's true. But I don't remember. I think that's true.
Fight me? Boom.
We'll see.
Fact. They
Oh!
removed ammo from the game, they removed Warlock
All right.
soul shard items,
There you
and
go.
instead turned soul shards into kind of a resource bar for them.
There you go,
and rogues
boys.
still have lockpicking, it's just leveled up automatically as they
Yeah,
level
it doesn't
up.
matter.
And they can no longer train it by going out into the world and lockpicking things.
Exactly.
Alright, and those are the questions. I'll have a grading scale on screen, and if you got all 5 hard questions
Yo, I
correct,
got 20.
you can add 1 bonus point to your total score.
I got 20 right
If you got
there,
a
dude.
score
That's
of
easy.
18 or higher, you are a World of Warcraft expert. Especially if you got it without having to pause the video.
Exactly. I'll wait for Fear Word, then we'll move forward. That was easy, dude. That was easy. Holy shit, dude. Look at that. Look at all these kind of 16 out of 20 correct. What a fucking casual. Oh my god. The ending was for the Withered. I love it. Wait, what?
You are a World of Warcraft expert.
Okay, I don't even get that at all, but alright, that's fine. Yeah, I got all these right. You had 3 wrong? Well, no, I didn't. Let's see. Respect demons. Alrighty. Okay, alright. Here before the Mongoloid Empire attacks the video. Okay, yeah, thanks a lot, man. Really fucking appreciate that. Thank you so much. Listen. I got all of them right except for one. Alright, there was one of them I did just straight up fucking get wrong. But, yeah, there that is, man. Here before the guy that doesn't own the Blizzard Murloc mount. Wait, yeah, I do. Like, is he talking about me? Like, I have that mount. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I have it. Some random dude gave it to me.